Hi everyone, I wanted to welcome you to week 4. This is going to be a very busy week because we are in a condensed semester and we have work to do this week in addition to taking the midterm. And this week we're going to read chapters 7 and 8, which talks about two different types of messages, negative messages and persuasive messages. Last week we talked about positive messages. Now we're going to look at negative messages. So what happens when you have to communicate something to a customer and it's news you know they're not going to want to hear? Or you're a supervisor and you have to talk to your employees and have to deliver a message that's going to be negative, that you know that they may not want to hear. Well, how do we draft and communicate that message effectively whenever you know the news is not going to be well received? So that's what we're going to talk about in this week's module. Then we're also going to move into persuasive messages. When you're communicating with somebody and you're trying to get them to do something, it could be for a charity. You could be reaching out to a celebrity. You just want to encourage somebody to do something. These are all examples of persuasive messages. So there's a certain form and approach that you have to use for these types of messages. Again, in communication, you have a message and you're trying to tailor that message to your audience based on whatever you're trying to communicate to them. So how do you communicate negative and persuasive messages? Well, that's what we're going to look at in chapters 7 and 8. And we're also going to have a discussion this week, which means you're going to post to the discussion and respond to your classmates. Please be sure to look at the rubric on this and make sure you know how you will be graded. Make sure you respond to at least 3 of your classmates after you post your memo. So make sure you post your memo first. Now this memo is an assignment where your boss is wanting to know if they need to hire an extra person or additional people to help you in your role. So you're writing a memo to tell your boss, this is what I do every day. So it's a direct memo where you're communicating a direct message to your supervisor. This is what I do every week. And then you can give them an idea of what to expect or how much work is actually needed and whether or not additional people need to be hired to help. So it's a very good assignment. Be sure to give feedback to your classmates. Make sure the feedback is constructive and helpful. And this week we're also taking the midterm. The study guide for the midterm is in last week's module, so please be sure to study that and make sure you schedule your exam. And you take it this week because this is a condensed semester, so we have a lot we have to get done. We cannot be late in taking our proctored exams. Please be sure to submit this exam on time. And remember that some proctoring centers are not open on the weekends. So you need to be sure you schedule an appointment for a time that's convenient for you. You need to do this immediately if you have not done that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And good luck on your midterm. And I hope that you have a great week.